There's no such thing as sight reading. Theory and literacy is not just your ability to recognize and label the things you see. It's also your ability to label and recognize the things you hear. If you are literate in English, you can see a word printed on the page. And based on sight and spelling, you can recognize that word and imagine in your head what that word's going to sound like. But also, you can hear that word spoken. And based on sight and spelling, you can imagine what that word would look like if it were written down. Now, if you're not literate in English, you can see the word written on the page, but you don't know what word it is. And you can hear the word, but you have no idea how to spell it or what it's going to look like, so you can't write it down. And because if you are not literate, then you can't read, and so your vocabulary is probably less than it otherwise would be. And so you might not even know what that word means. Now, this is true of music too. Music literacy, music theory. If you see a C major scale, a G7 chord, or even a rhythmic pattern. Rhythms, there's rules for rhythmic notation too. You can't just write rhythms any old way. Rhythm patterns are recognizable the same way scales and chords are recognizable by sight. And you can see these things written on the page and imagine in your head what that's going to sound like. Well, that's a C major scale. It's going to sound like the melody of a major scale. That's a G dominant chord. It's going to sound like a dominant chord. That's a dotted quarter eighth. It's going to sound like a dotted quarter eighth rhythm. I know those are sounds I recognize. But also, you can hear a sound played by another person, played on a recording. You can hear sounds in your head. And based on sight and spelling, you know what those scales, chords, rhythms are going to look like written on paper. We are providing labels for sounds. That's all the theory and the literacy is. It doesn't add anything new. It's just putting labels on things that are already there, giving you the ability to study those things, practice those things, expand upon those things so that you can move farther and much more efficiently than otherwise. My name's Mark Dooley. I've been a private music teacher for 37 years, focused on practical theory and music literacy. If you'd like to hear more, follow me. If you'd like lessons, contact me. If you can learn how to read words, you can learn how to read music.